it hard to think of anything more fulfilling than having a heart-to-heart conversation with my sister and my mothers, learning about their perspective on life and the mother-daughter bond. I am Shawnte, the host of Next Level Conversations. And as we prepare for Mother's Day, this month I'm bringing several stories of motherhood to the show, broadening our perspectives of what the motherhood journey looks like, and expanding our definition of what it means to love a mother, be a mother, and honor women in our lives who have nurtured us. Tonight, I'm excited to bring you one of my own sisters and my very special niece. Help me welcome Serratia Hawkins and Zoey Casselberry. Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Oh, y'all, and everybody who knows Serratia know that she is not as shy as she's trying to be right now. How are you ladies doing tonight?
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm just trying to relax.
This is going to be fun. Zoey, how are you with your beautiful self?
I'm good.
You were good. I want to thank you both for joining me tonight. I want to first thank you for saying yes. I asked, and neither one of you hesitated to say yes. And I appreciate y'all for coming and joining me so we can talk about motherhood and the mother-daughter bond.
Okay.
So
I know that all too well.
yes, you do. And like I said, Serratia is my sister. Serratia is one of my baby sisters.
I'm number 5.
She is number 5 of 7. You're number 5 of 7, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
She's number 5 of 7. And Zoey is her youngest.
I just had a birthday, y'all. I'm 43.
And she look good for 43, don't she? Serratia, let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you just this simple first question.
Okay.
What does life as a mother, what is it like?
I love being a mom. Before I became a mom, I felt like I didn't have a purpose. I at the time I didn't think that I wanted kids. But then once I had my first, then I felt like, man, maybe I could be a great mom. Maybe I can do this. So I feel like being a mother to my kids is one of my purposes.
It's one of your purposes. Mm-hmm. What has been the hardest thing about being a mom?
The hardest thing about being a mom is making sure that none of my kids feel like I love one more than I love the other.
Because my mama made us feel like that.
Yeah, she did. Because growing up, I didn't think that my mama liked me. And so I wanted to make sure that when I had kids, especially when I had girls, that I wanted them to know that I could tell them that they can tell me anything and that they knew that I loved them. So, but, growing up, I didn't think that my mom liked me growing up.
Zoey, just real quick, because I want to come back to that, Serratia. How does it feel being the baby?
I mean, it feels good, like knowing that, like no one else comes after me. Like I'm the youngest one. Like,
Really?
I'm the last kid. Like you got different types of loves for all your kids. I'm not saying that I'm special or anything, but I am the youngest one.
Yeah.
And so, like, I mean, I'm pretty sure the oldest like being the oldest. I like being the youngest one. You know?
Do you think you get some special treatment because you're the youngest?
No, actually, no. Never have, really.
Do you think the bond that you have with your mom is different because you're the youngest?
I don't think it got nothing to do with the placement. I just feel like it kind of came out of nowhere, honestly. I mean, like, it came out of thin air, honestly. Like, just one day we just started, like, bonding really
Really?
good.
You don't think y'all started out like that?
No.
Because Zoey was like, growing up, Zoey was just kind of like annoying. And I hate to say that,
you were.
Zoey was kind of like annoying, and she was like really kitty. And so I was always wondering, when is Zoey gonna get out the baby phase? But once she got out the baby phase, and then I started seeing her as like a grown woman, and I just love that because me and Zoey can talk about anything. We bump heads, but She's not gonna hold no grudge against me. Yeah,
Not for too long.
Not
Not for too long.
not for too long. So what do you think, Zoe? What do you think made you move from the baby phase to kind of getting a little? Because you were, honey. I love you, and I say this with all love.
annoying.
You were annoying, and it was almost like you were always like needing that attention. And you needed us to give you more attention. When do you think you finally just settled in and was like, okay, my mama love me, see me, and now we can be friends and I don't have to chase her around everywhere?
I don't know. I think it was like my freshman year. Like, I don't know. Like, when I got into high school, like, I just really started to get into my own self, like, my own business. Like, stop trying to worry about everybody else and started focusing on myself.
Yeah.
Like, that's when I realized that. Like,
I think so too.
I don't know.
And you think that's when y'all's relationship shifted?
Yeah, when she started to have her own mind and started to, I think also with her getting her own friends and starting to develop a more mature personality.
Yeah, you right.
Yes.
I mean, it comes with age, though. It just don't come, like, when you're really young, though.
Mhm.
Like, you know.
You're so pretty. Thank
Oh, so gorgeous. That's a lot of that's a lot of me. Who do you that's a lot of me. Who no, let me ask you this question, because thank God you're so blessed, and we are so blessed because you have your mother and your grandmother,
Mhm.
and you have a lot of aunts,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and you have a lot of cousins. So all of us are really close. Who do you think, of all of your aunts and your mother, who do you think, and I'm sorry, your grandmother, who do you think your mother models the most? Who does she sound like the most?
Honestly, I'll say Aunt Shayla.
That's what I would think.
Yeah, my Aunt Shayla, like, they just so alike. Like, I don't understand.
I knew you was gonna say.
I mean, especially because y'all so close in age and like y'all always talking and stuff like that.
But I don't even necessarily think it's that. I think that because me and Shayla had started having kids like really young, so we could relate to each other.
Yeah, you.
And so, you know what I'm saying, some of the things that I was going through, she could relate to me and I could relate to her. I think that that's what it was because we started having kids young. I think that that's what it was.
Do you think motherhood came naturally to you?
No, not in the beginning. I would say with Mason, my first child, I was a horrible mother.
Especially,
Yes, I was, because for one, I was young. I was just turning 20, and I didn't know what I was doing, even though I was living with my mom. I just, of course, Shayla had her child, but you know, me trying to raise a son, for one, I just wasn't a good mother, because even at night, at 5 months, I remember him waking up and crying, and this will always stick with me. I remember him waking up crying, and because I had to go to work, I was up under so much stress because I wasn't getting no sleep. Because they don't tell you when you have kids, you don't get no sleep, and I didn't get sleep for about 3 or 4 years, and I'm not exaggerating. But
every time I came in the room, you were knocked out.
that was because I had to get rest when I could. But with Mason, I remember him, waking up and crying. But the first time I really yelled at him, I think he was like 5 months. And he was crying so hard. And I was trying to get some sleep because I hadn't really had no sleep, because Mason was a crybaby. And
that's with my baby now.
He woke up and he was crying. And I just remember yelling at him, "Shit!" And he just stopped. And it was just like he was shocked. But it did something to him. It scared him. And I felt like from that moment, I put that fear in Mason by me yelling at him. That's why I'm saying I was a horrible mother. Mason used to fall out of the bed. Y'all know Mason used to fall out of the bed every day because he was rolling out the bed. I didn't know that, what I'm saying, at 5 months, leading up to one, that he would, be rolling, but every day he would fall out the bed, and I don't know, I don't feel like I was a good mother to him. So when I had Nina, I paid more attention, which is so bad to say.
But it's true. Because you didn't know.
Yeah, I wanted to pay
I
more
think you were a
attention.
great mother, but that's just me.
I wasn't, and I could say that now. But more kids I had, the better I became, I felt like. But even then, even having kids, I still felt like I was kind of selfish for a long time. A long time. And like I said, I can say that now, but I don't know what was the question.
I think you answered it.
Oh, I did.
So did you ever feel like was there ever any points in time where you felt like I'm not getting enough of my mom?
Mm,
You can be honest.
I don't know. I gotta think honestly. Mm, I don't know. It'll just be like, I mean, I know this is like irrelevant, like, but it was like when I grew up, like I would like tell her about the little stuff. It'll be like stuff that was so serious to me, but she would just like brush it off, like just like like, oh Zoe, okay, I don't know, like she just like made it seem like it was nothing,
Did I?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't happen often, but like it did, and I was just like, okay, but I can't really remember like a lot because so much stuff be happening. So I just can't really think that deep.
Zoe's so funny.
Zoe always feels
I'm
like I
serious.
lecture her. And it's not that I'm lecturing, and I'm getting off topic, I'm sorry.
No, you
But
good.
it's not that I'm lecturing her. And I know that we all have to go down our own paths and we have to experience things on our own. But every time I'm just talking to her and giving her life, just trying to help her. I can't even form the words that I'm trying to say, but every time I'm just trying to talk to her and encourage her and, let her know things that maybe I experienced that I don't want her to make the same mistakes. She's just like, why does every conversation have to turn into a lecture?
Okay,
Why are you lecturing me?
but it'd be like stuff that I went to her, like, oh, like say if I thought it was funny or I was just like trying to explain to her or I'm venting and then she'll like turn into a lecture and like kind of seem like she yelling, but like she not. That's just the way she talks and it come off. But like it literally be feeling so serious to her. And I just be like, Mom, like I just came in here to talk to you, like,
But Zoe about everybody.
No, I do
'Cause
not. Tessa, you are really serious. Well, you used to be really hard on me. Tessa, you did. You really did.
I disagree.
Tessa, this is not even.
This is what you and your mama. So we're not even.
Okay.
Okay.
Girl. Because I got some stories.
So, Serratia, let me ask you this. You were talking about when you first had Mason and you've had 3 kids. Did you ever suffer from postpartum depression? And if so, how did you overcome that? And what would be something that you would tell new mothers right now?
I actually did. I actually experienced postpartum depression with Nina. I didn't experience postpartum depression with Mason because I had I was staying with my mama, me, my mama, my baby daddy, you know what I'm saying? So I think, because there was so many people around and I wasn't really stressing, but I wasn't even really stressing with Nina. But when I had Nina, everybody was expecting for Nina to come out and be just as beautiful as Mason was when he was born. And when I brought Nina home, no new mother wants to hear, even though babies do be ugly, but no new mother wants to hear that your baby is ugly and you need to shape her nose and you know what I'm saying? It was things like that contributed to it because you just, you vulnerable at the time. But I got over that. But I think with Zoe, I think it came to a head, um, and some things that had transpired that I've talked about, in the past. I feel like my postpartum depression hadn't resolved, and I had things that I hadn't, that I hadn't dealt with. But then something happened that triggered it, and it caused me to suffer from depression, and I'm still suffering from it for right now. So what I would tell new mothers is to, if you feel like something is wrong or you don't feel like yourself, say something. because I suffered in silence.
Mhm.
I really did. I suffered in silence. But say something. Just say something. If you feel like you not feeling like yourself, you know what I'm saying, say something.
Then it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this, because Zoey was a, I love you, baby. Zoey was
Crybaby.
a crybaby.
Mm-hmm.
She cried. She cried a lot when she was very young.
Mm-hmm.
How would you what would you say to new mothers to help them handle that
Crybaby.
crybaby period?
Um.
And they do grow out of it. The good news is Zoe really grew out of that crybaby period.
We're talking about lust.
Because
Maya.
Zoe, I'm probably be like, and I'd be like, Zoe, what's wrong?
That's a valid reason, though. Like,
It's just like, Zoe, you are an adult now. You can't be crying about every single thing. But when your kids are going through that crybaby phase, you kind of have to let them go through it. I think I let my kids go through that crybaby phase. Of course, I would be like, shut up. Or, but you just have to let them go through it. They'll grow out of it. Well,
She's working on it.
She's working
I
on
don't even be crying like that. I barely even cry for real. I really just cry like in a serious situation. Tessa, I'm serious. Mom, when do you ever see me cry? Like you haven't even seen me cry in a long time. That was just because of my car.
That was not too long ago.
Car. Oh my God, my phone is I can find a charger. Like,
I love so much about the bond and the relationship between mothers and daughters.
I can't find my jacket. I'm gonna be late. I'm
It's okay. It's okay.
But I mean, it's all right. But you know what I'm saying?
Because we all go through it.
Every mom knows their child like serious cry. So I know when it's just like a petty cry, when she frustrated or when it's something serious. Like I know when all my kids, well, Mason don't cry. But I know when Nina cries, I know when her cry is serious or when she just being extra, and I know when it's for real, and the same for Zoe.
Was it easier being a girl mom or a boy mom?
A boy mom, 100%. 100%.
Why do you think boys are easy?
Because and I'm just saying, just for my son, Mason was just easy. Mason didn't complain if I asked Mason to do something. He'd do it. I didn't have to worry about attitude. Well, Mason did give me attitude not too long ago because, yes, Mason buy his own groceries when we were living together at the time, and Mason had some brown bananas on the counter, and I threw them bananas away. If the food looked old or the bananas look brown, I'm throwing them away. He came downstairs and saw that I threw them bananas away. If he could have called me out my name, he would have. And I still mess with him about that to this day. But I would say boys are a lot more easier than girls, just from my perspective, just from my experience, I would say.
Zoe, how does it feel? What is it like growing up with a sister?
Up and down.
Yeah.
Like my best friend one day, then we just arguing, fighting the next day, like
Fighting.
literally.
Yeah, like fighting.
Cause it's like
It's on sight.
I just don't like you, but like I love you, but like I don't like you.
Yeah.
Like
They'll be like mad at each other, and then they'd be like posting pictures of somebody, I miss you, bestie.
we are guilty of that a lot.
But I think that they have a really good relationship. It's just I just don't want people to come in, outside people to come in, and I hate that,
it
possibly change the dynamic of their relationship. That's the only thing.
I think that sister bond, which because baby, sisters for life.
Yeah.
That sister bond cannot be. That sister bond is so strong.
I just wish that they had the same upbringing that we had, because my mom taught us not to be mad at each other. we would get over being mad at each other like real quick because she would make us kiss and make up.
Yeah.
So it kind of broke the ice. And I did that growing up. I used to put them in t-shirts, sit the shirt the same t-shirt so they would walk around with each other. But you know,
I do.
now they'll hold a grudge against each other and won't talk for weeks.
Yeah, it'd be like a month, like the most it's been probably like a month and a half. But it's just out of pettiness,
Yeah.
like
It's hurtful to see as a mother. I don't like to see my girls at odds. I want them to have the same kind of relationship like what we have, even though we might not agree. But by the like, say we get into it, 30 minutes later, we laughing and talking about each other again. I wish that they, you know, could resolve issues as quick as how we do as siblings.
Do you think that's a product of the generation?
I do.
Okay, so Trisha, let me ask you this. What is something you did or do as a mom that when you was younger and you said you weren't going to ever have kids that you do?
Really nothing, because I didn't whoop my kids. I didn't have to. I had y'all.
Yes, we're the disciplinaries for. I was unfortunately the disciplinary.
All I have to do was I'm gonna call Tay and then they'll straighten up. But I said that I wouldn't whoop my kids, and I didn't. But nothing really, because I felt like as far as being a mom, I had a great example of how to be a mother. So it, you know, other than spankings or you know what? I said I missed one. I did say that I would never feed a man before my kids. My kids will eat first. Always. That was one. I'm sorry. I had a flashback. Yes. Putting a man before my kids, and I know that some people may not agree, but putting a man before my kids, that is something that I would never do. Never. And that's one thing that I said that I wouldn't do when I had kids. Whooping and putting a man before my kids. That's just it just ugh.
Oh Lord, bless your heart. Zoey, in what ways are you like your mom?
Sweet like me.
Yeah, very sweet. We're goofy.
Very.
We're forgiving.
Oh, your toes are cute.
Thank you.
Zoey, you think you're forgiving?
Yeah, of course. When have I not forgotten nobody?
I just asked.
Ooh, no, she had got mad at me one time because I didn't pay the Nordstrom card on time. He was mad. But he was mad at me for a while.
It was late.
But you're forgiving.
I am.
Okay.
What else? We just my mama, like growing up, I didn't really see her crying. Like just like you asked me, we're gonna get into that later, but like, you know, that question you asked me, I don't really like see her cry. Like growing up, I never really seen you cry. Like, yeah, y'all say I'm a crybaby and stuff, but like y'all don't be seeing me like cry like stuff like now that I be going through. Y'all don't be seeing me cry nothing like that. So like that's what I would say, like you kind of hide your emotions to kind of keep it to yourself.
Yeah, because
I do that a lot too.
I don't like for my kids to see me hurt or to see that somebody else has hurt me. So that's one thing that I do try to hide. I try to be strong for them because I don't want them to see me as being weak to where they'll be weak for somebody. So
do you think that has, as you sit here today, and well, hold on, let me pause that, because the question that I had asked Zoey, because you were just talking about how you suffer, you're still dealing with depression, and I asked her what was it like for her to have a mom that dealt with depression, and how did she handle that? And your response was
that I just don't really see it. Like honestly, if you never told anybody that you had depression, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Like honestly,
yeah, I mean, at one point I've learned my triggers, but back then I was so good at hiding it. You know, I would be at work laughing, talking, but then people just didn't know. When I got in my car or when I got home, I'd be so exhausted from trying to keep up a good face And then, I had young kids, so I can't be walking around the house, moping and sad. I had to be upbeat for the kids, but it was a lot of nights where I cried and thought that I was gonna kill myself, so I mean,
Do you think motherhood and the responsibility of motherhood added to any of that or contributed to any of that?
yeah, I mean, being super young, because I think I had Zoe like 23, 24. So 23.
Yeah.
So having three kids back to back to back, um it was stressful. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't on a job that paid well. So, what I'm saying, all the responsibility was really on me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have their dad, what I'm saying? He would be in and out. And it's like not like I had a bunch of baby daddies. I got one baby daddy and he didn't want to contribute with helping the kids, so that's a lot on one person trying to pay rent, pay a car note, pay childcare, trying to make sure that keep them fed. And that's a lot. It's a lot to have to go, yeah, to have to go through. So I used to envy people that, what I'm saying, were able to go to college and party and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I had kids so young, I didn't get a chance to experience it. But on the flip side, I'm still kind of young and my kids are older, so I didn't get a chance to live life then. So now I'm getting a chance to live life now. So I mean, so it has its pros and cons, but yeah, no, it was a struggle, but now I'm living my best life.
She sure is. She be going on trips every week.
Like,
Like stop for her, like, because she be saying like, this is basically this her time. She done raised kids like half her life.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I had a good support system.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
how important the support system.
I had an amazing support system because I remember even when I went through my depression, me and you lived down the street from each other. And I remember me and my kids having to come to your house, and live with y'all while you and, your then husband at night would go and, to my house. But then you had to take care of my kids because I was just so out of it, but yeah, I had a good
How
support system.
important, when you talk to new mothers or you talk to mothers, period, how important is the support system?
It's very, very, very important to have people that truly have your back because, and I'm so ashamed to say this, it would be times to where I put myself in situations. I would put me and my kids in situations to where that we didn't really have to be. Even like paying rent. I used to didn't care about paying rent. I just wanted to pay my car note. I just wanted to go out to eat with people because I knew that I had people that would, you know, catch me when I fell short. And, in hindsight, that was, for one, it wasn't right. And then two, what was I thinking? I just don't know what I was thinking.
You're young. And we grow. And why are you looking like that?
Because I said that earlier. You grow and come. It's just like,
How much like you is Zoe, like for real, especially with do you think she reflects a more mature version of you, or do you shut up, Zoe, or do you see a lot of your younger days in Zoe now?
No, Zoe is a way, and I always say that
She rocks.
both of my girls are way better versions of me. You know what I'm saying? They have their own personalities, and Nina may live her life, different from Zoe, but since we're just talking about Zoe is a way better version of me because Zoe has so much drive. She's a go-getter. When she says she gonna do something, she do it. Zoe created a vision board, and just about everything on the vision board she has accomplished, and I'm so proud I'm really proud of her. Well, proud of all my kids, but but yeah, Zoe, she's awesome.
thank you.
How much do you think, or what do you think you personally, the biggest part of you is like our mom? Which part of you is the biggest like my mom?
Of having a forgiving heart, I would say. Um, we have such a forgiving heart to where not good at times. To where we don't know our worth. We don't know our value. And
you think forgiving people lessens your value?
Yes, I do, because
You think so too?
Yeah, because like it's like you putting up with something that you don't have to. Like basically you going back on what you like believe or like you didn't tolerate, but you still doing it. So
preacher.
Interesting.
You better say it.
That's very interesting. And you think you're like your mom in that way. So grandmother, mother, and daughter. You just said it.
Not that much. Like I don't.
Zoey is very forgiving, and Zoey
Well,
would say one thing, and then she'll try to, stay on that track. But then she's just like me. She's just like, oh well, okay.
It depends on it depends on what it is. Right? Not everything though. Like
So you're so stunning. You were just so beautiful.
you.
Let me ask you this. When did you start seeing your mom as a woman and not just as a mother?
When I was probably about like probably my senior year.
Really?
Yes.
Why then?
Just because like I don't know. I just cause y'all was like on the road and stuff like that. So like when you was gone, I just like had to think like I don't know. I had time to think like
Like,
and
dang,
be on my
she doing that.
own life. Like of course you guys, you have your man or whatever, and it's just like your whole life is not a mother. Like,
Ooh.
and I have my own life too, and it's just like okay, I know mama want to have fun too. Like this is what life is about. Like,
oh, can I ask Zoe a question?
Sure.
Do you feel like I'm happy right now?
Nope.
Ooh.
No, not right now. What do you think you happy? I mean, I think you happy with life, but like, with your situation, no, not really.
I feel like I'm getting there.
I feel like moving really did something for us. Like she get to be in her own space. She not under somebody 24/7. She got the decorated how she like. She can leave. Like she can do whatever she want. Basically, that was a step up. Like having a little more independence from what she had like for a long time.
You didn't think that I had independence?
I mean, not like that, but it's just like you was just stuck under Josh. Like Josh. I'm sorry, I didn't even say his name. Yeah, like that. I mean, y'all was married, so it was just like I don't know. Like I feel like moving really did it.
Do you feel like that I neglected y'all?
No.
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 Okay, well, that makes me.
I mean, even though when I used to go in her room and talk her ear off, she's okay. 5 minutes. Okay, so
Oh, let me. It's like no, get out.
But it'd be like 1 minute, like she'd be like, "Okay, Zoe, well, I'm on Instagram or I'm watching my show." I mean, but I understand that
Don't be
because
trying to put my sister on blast like that.
like it's like being in my own space too, though. Like I love watching my show. Like once I find a show, like and I know that's what you be doing. Like when you on social media, you just want to be by yourself, so you don't want nobody talking your ear off every 5 seconds.
What do you think would make me more happy? I'm sorry, I'm taking over the
Go ahead.
whole conversation. Me and Zoe have really never talked about that.
We really do, Mom. Like what you?
No, I'm talking about what you just said.
When?
About me when I asked you, do I seem happy to you?
Well, I mean, we do talk about it like sometimes, but like probably not in that depth. But honestly, just breaking that chain. The chain.
Zoe, you're just so amazing. I know for real. I remember your mama at this age. No offense to Rachel. And your mom was nowhere close to as mature and articulate and
I would get it.
just so confident. And just so confident. And I know you're still growing. I know that you're still learning yourself and you're still experiencing new things, but man, you make me proud as an aunt.
Oh, thank you.
You are just amazing. You are. And I love you so much. Look, okay, we are going to take a quick break.
Okay.
You ladies have been doing good. Is everybody good?
Yeah, it was cold in here. We got the air out. Cut her out.
God bless y'all. No.
Oh, sorry. It's freezing. It's freezing in here, y'all.
We are going to take a quick break, and we've been talking a real serious, but I want to do kind of a trivia, and so that people can get to know the both of you just a little bit more and to see how well the both of you know each other. Is that okay?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going in.
You think so?
Yes. 100%.
Not gonna keep score. So we will be right back with after a brief message with more getting to know this mother and daughter.
It's just a family here. I was a Division I athlete, stopped playing basketball, and it's been really nice to come back here because I pushed myself in ways here that I wouldn't on my own. Getting my inner athlete back.
I was a little nervous, but I thought I'm just going to go and see how it is. But it was so much fun. It was so intense. Coach Kev is so great. If I'm feeling like, oh man, I don't even feel like working out today or something, if I called him, he would like, get your butt to the gym. It makes a difference when you have that kind of support system.
I greet him with a smile, I greet him with a hug, and tell him, hey, we on this journey together. And that's the biggest thing. They know that I'm there with them on that journey.
We are back, and I want to thank my guests on tonight, Zoey and Serratia, who have been here to teach us more and talk about the mother and daughter bond. Now we're going to do a little trivia so that we can get to know them just on a little bit deeper level. And I love it. Aren't y'all enjoying this mother-daughter relationship and the the camaraderie that they got going on? Trisha, you look great.
Oh, no, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, she does.
Look bad.
I love when you wear your hair like that. Monkey stop, please.
Oh, you do?
I love when you wear your hair like that.
Oh, thank you.
I'll listen.
Okay, so these questions are not just limited to just Serratia. When I ask you about you, you're talking about your mom too.
Okay.
So we're gonna play it, and this is for the both of you. Okay.
Okay.
Zoey, what food does your mom love that you find a little odd?
Sushi.
I knew she was going to say that.
Sushi? You
Yeah.
think she is odd?
It's just like, it's her favorite food. Like, whose favorite food is sushi? But I mean, I like sushi though, but just not that much.
Just not that much. Okay. Okay, Serratia,
Mhm.
what weird quirk did you pick up from your mother? Eating clay dirt.
No, because I like cornstarch.
That's just nasty.
What's the
Weird
problem?
quirk. What do me and my mama do alike? My mama has this saying that I could not figure out where it came from. She'd be like, "That's what I know," and I say that a lot. That's what I know, which is dumb, but it's not. Well, it's not dumb, but it's just like when somebody say something, and then I'd be like, "That's what I know." Okay, so yeah, but no, that's it.
What is your best my mom is crazy story? Serratia. And Zoey, I want you to get one of these together too.
I wouldn't say that it's crazy, but
You know how we say, oh, my mama's so crazy. What's your best or what's one of your favorites?
one of my favorite. Okay, I'm just gonna say one of my favorite. We were living on Raglan, and my mom always tried to decorate the house or whatever. So one day she was painting. She was painting the wall, and my mom is saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, so she don't curse. Well, she was painting, and she dropped a little paint on the floor, and she had to catch herself. She was just like, be more careful. She wants to be like the other thing, but she was like to be more careful. But that's like one of my favorite things. Well, one of my favorite memories. Mama done gave us so much. I could go on and on and on about it. But anyway, go ahead, go.
Zoey, what about yours? What is one of your favorite my mama crazy story. Because I know your mama got them because your mama is nuts.
What was I thinking that? Can I say that? Go ahead. Okay, well, yeah, it was. I swear to God.
It's embarrassing, but
We think about the same thing, but I don't know if I could say it. But yes, when she beat this PlayStation, was it with a hammer? It was with something,
had a
but she
screwdriver.
just, and it was just so out of nowhere. Like we was just chilling in the house, just quiet.
It wasn't out of nowhere.
Okay, what I'm saying though, it was just like a random day. Like it just no.
No.
You tell the story.
My husband was cheating and I found out, and it was the middle of the night. So he loved PlayStation. So I was just like, okay. So I went downstairs, got the screwdriver, and started beating it with the screwdriver. And the kids came out the room. They just came downstairs and sat down and was just like,
Like for real.
What? She beating the PlayStation?
I think that was their first time seeing me, like, really.
Well, I mean,
That was the first time?
when you trying to break his window, that song.
But I didn't break what? Yeah, it was the same thing. Okay,
Yeah.
look now. I'm not crazy. I get pushed to the limit.
As soon as she said, I was like,
Go ahead.
And what is the best or worst prank you played on your mom?
she don't even do pranks well. She try to shut it down as soon as you do it.
The one where you told me you thought you was pregnant when I found that pregnancy test.
I done pranked you so many times. I don't know. Yeah, I probably
The most recent one, she tried to prank me and tell me that she was moving in with her friend.
full
But she
circle
thought
day giveaway
would be
though.
like they can move into their room. Gonna be like, oh. I just started going into protective mode, like, I'm gonna go ahead for the ring. But I knew that she was lying, but I was trying to call her bluff. Like, okay, you want to play?
Yeah, I was like, you really calling him? She was like, no, I'm calling your bluff. Like, not you got me.
Serratia, what's the best prank you played on my mama?
They didn't play prank with my mom.
Prank. We couldn't prank Charlotte.
Yeah, because you
were liable to get killed.
You probably would have got slapped, hit with a shoe.
Yeah.
Maybe a
And y'all got a chance to prank Granny in the way that we
that y'all
never
did.
got. Because
She didn't get a chance to prank
she
mom.
did not. She had no sense of humor when we were being raised.
everything just sick.
No.
Okay. If you could be on a reality TV show with your mother, which one would you choose and why?
I don't know.
Real Housewives.
I don't watch that. Probably Real Housewives. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that would be a show that
I
I
don't
would.
like reality shows.
Well, I wouldn't personally want to go on a reality show because I feel like they ruin lives.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
a game show maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your mother's drink of choice, alcohol or not? This for you, because Charlotte don't.
I'm trying. Okay. Red bitter wine.
That was just
bitter.
bitter. Very
Definitely
bitter
not sweet.
red wine.
Mm.
I know she real.
So good.
What would have been your mother's absolute dream job? You already know it.
My mama,
Yeah,
her dream job.
yeah.
Oh,
We talk about it all the time. Yes, you and my mom are perfect for it.
opening up a restaurant.
FBI agent.
Oh, baby, look, I can catch somebody. You hear me? Yeah, we both some investigation. Your man cheats. Go find out who he's talking to. Somebody passed away. We gonna find out how they died.
Yeah. Zoey, if a movie was made about your mom's life, what would it be and who would play your mom?
Oh, that's a good question.
George, I want you to think about this for sure.
Wait, so if like what the movie will be about.
Yeah.
And then okay, I would say Taraji P. Henson because it's always that one scene in what is that movie called? I forget the name of it. I Can Do Better by Myself. When the kids was down and she was upstairs sleeping, she said like so that just gave it like Taraji all the way. And like the no, like it is. I don't know like what it would be about though. Like I just know the the
Like Taraji. Her, your mama Taraji. What about you? What you think about my mama?
What role she would play?
Well, no. If there was a movie made about her life, what would it be, or what type of movie would it be, and who would play a great mother?
I would say a movie about family and things that go on within a close family. A mother with a lot of kids and overcoming challenges, and then of course the ending being amazing. Everybody rich, but I everything. So for that, she was still alive. I would say Florida. I always felt, I don't know why I always thought of her like Florida.
They are, and you two just crying that you right there.
Yeah, I would say Florida Evans. That's my girl though. But yeah, I would say Florida Evans.
So
Mom is kind of dramatic.
she is. She's very dramatic. And you remember that scene with James? Oh,
Yes.
Zoey. Oh, okay. And this right here is for both of y'all. Zoey, what's the worst advice your mom has given you?
The worst advice? I don't know. What you think? Like, yes, she give good advice.
I wouldn't tell her something that would be harmful or detrimental to her. So I don't give her bad advice.
I'm trying to think the worst.
Yeah. Yes. To stay with my baby daddy for the sake of the kids. Or to sleep with him. Serratia, he a young man. Yes. And she didn't apologize for that. For telling me to stay with him. But that was the worst advice that she ever gave. I mean, of course I got 3 beautiful kids from it, but yeah, that was
That's what you were raised.
No, I know, but that was no. Yeah, she failed me on that one.
Mama, I'm talking this camera right here.
Yeah, you failed me on that one, Mama.
You failed Serratia on that one.
Yes.
Okay. Who is of y'all's? I'm gonna ask this question of your family, and then we'll ask it broadly of the family. Who is the funniest person in your family?
Me.
Girl, boo.
It is me.
You talking about it like with my kids?
Yeah, you and your kids. Who the funniest?
It's definitely got to be me. Probably Nina. Nina is
the funniest. Nina is really crazy. Nina really is like
is crazy.
A comedian.
And Nina is shy, but Nina behind the scenes when it's just us, Nina is the funniest.
She really is though. Like,
yeah.
And then I would say it's me.
Zoey, you're so worried. I kind of think Mason. But that's just me.
Mason,
Mason just laugh at everything. But Nina,
no, you're a comedian. Mason is a comedian.
I think
Let me ask you. I'm gonna ask Zoey this question before I ask you. Of the whole family, who's the funniest?
Probably Uncle Nick.
Yeah, Nicholas is good.
He's a goofball. That's just us Geminis.
See, I'm gonna tell you that I think probably my mom.
Granny.
I mean, your mama is the funniest. Serratia, who do you think?
I would say Nicholas. My mama is funny. Mama is a close second, but Nicholas is the funniest. Because Nicholas can just say stuff and it'll just have you thinking like,
real talk is probably kids.
Yeah, kids are just gonna give you one just off top, and she don't even try to. Jesus is the season for the roots.
She said that before.
Yes.
Serratia, what makes you feel old when you think about it?
Y'all can't see Judge, but seeing Judge and Zoey, they the same age.
Ain't it crazy?
Yes. Just looking at Zoey as a grown woman.
Ain't it crazy?
Yeah, people be thinking that we friends.
Nah, they really do.
Y'all, Trisha, for real, you like real talk.
Looks really good.
You look so good.
But thank you. But yeah,
We have some good genes. But I remember when they both were babies, and I used to bring this one right here to the office while we would be working, and sit her crying self in that floor, and she would just cry. But and then look at you now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So what makes you feel old when you think about it? Do you ever feel old?
Yes. When I'm old, but like grown, like, like I'm gonna be 20 this year, but honestly, like really like 10 years ago. 10 years ago, we was going to the church with you, Rodney. Like that's just all like just young and just
I got that.
Yeah, exactly. Like
20 again.
I know.
Oh,
What's the hardest thing about being your age right now?
The hardest thing is like I don't know, living in real life, honestly. Like social media just really done just change people. Like honestly, like I mean, it didn't change me too, of course, because it's just like you just feel like you gotta live up. Not even just like necessarily me, but like everybody, like you see something you want it, like it just everything is just like I don't know.
And then you just step into real life.
Not only that, but it's just like you just look at your real life and be like, I gotta pay these bills. Where
I know. Yeah. You thought like when all my kids had to pay a bill when they was growing up, but paying $50 versus what you paying now, I bet you wish you can go back to that $50 range.
Earlier, like it was like a couple days ago, I looked at a screenshot of like my old check. It was like $200, like $212. Like that could never be my life right now, because that's so crazy. It's only 3 years ago. It's like
so living in real life, is it not what you thought it would be?
What, like growing up?
Yeah, when you were so anxious to be an adult.
I mean, it's not like it's like overrated. It's just like you just grew up. I mean, but like, of course, you have like advantages. Like you can do what you want.
Yeah.
See, I the car. Like I mean, like it's good to pay bills, even though like you don't like to see your money go. Like it feel good to know that you like, handling your business.
You come and go when you please, and don't have to answer to nobody.
Don't gotta ask to drive your car.
And I steal people's cars.
Yes. I did not steal her. You like one time.
You take a car without permission.
It's stealing.
Right.
This is us lecturing her again.
Yeah.
What's the biggest adventure you've been on with your mom?
Adventure? As in what?
Went to Vegas twice.
Oh, you talking about like adventure, like traveling?
Yeah.
Or you just talking about like in day-to-day life?
Or just, you can give me one or the other.
We went to the caves.
That was like, it was cool.
Actually, I think that was an adventure for you.
Oh.
Like that wasn't no adventure.
An adventure? Probably just a road trip, like us like sitting in the front seat and us just vibing.
Yeah.
It's like vibing, like talking and stuff, and like seeing it, like I don't know, just like clicking, really.
Yeah.
So Serratia, what about you? What's the favorite place that you've traveled with? Because you haven't traveled with Charlotte, but with your mom.
With Zoey?
Yeah.
I love Zoey. Don't get me wrong.
Where she go?
But I've been on a few trips with Zoey, but me and Zoey went to Vegas last year.
Oh my God.
And so it was just me and her the last day. I would never, ever go on a trip solo with Zoey and him. Zoey have an attitude problem.
I do not.
Yes, ma'am. But I
didn't do nothing.
I think that a good, just being even when we were in Vegas, we were able to hang out and have fun. So that was an adventure for me to be able to experience one of my favorite places to go with one of my, daughters. So that was, to me, that was good besides the end of it. But
I feel like being on a plane too, though. Cause like the last time we was on a plane, like remember it was like turbulence and I was kind of like scared, like like why is it like shaking so much? I don't know. It was like I mean, even though it was like real minor, it was like something that we experienced together. Like we was kind of scared to get like manifest. No, you know what I'm talking when I say that, like the show.
Yeah, the show.
Final destination. It's my manifest.
No, manifest. Yeah, it's just manifest. Like
Oh no.
disappeared.
Oh no.
Okay, ladies, we are out of time. I didn't get a chance to ask y'all all my questions, but I know that hour went by.
That was my fast. Damn, y'all.
So as we close, and I'm gonna ask you first, Zoe, can you talk or say something to somebody your age in the teenage years and coming up, just kind of give them some words of advice, some motivation to kind of help them through. Maybe they're in that quirky stage with their mom where they're not getting along with mom right now and stuff like that. Can you kind of encourage them a little bit to get them from where they are to here? What would you say?
Honestly, I would just say like be patient, like your time is coming. Like she said, like, you gonna learn to have your own mind, like you gonna learn what you don't like, what you do like just get to know yourself and you just gotta, just get through school really. Then once you get through school, it's just like it's your life.
But what if the person doesn't want to go to school and they want to go?
No, I'm talking about like high school.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
just make it through high school.
Oh. What advice would be to just make sure just graduate and then
Yeah, just like just like wait till like you graduate and your life gonna really start like becoming what you want it to be.
Oh, okay.
Serratia, a mother
Mm-hmm.
who is struggling with with her teenagers right now.
Mm-hmm.
Teenagers, just trying to figure it out. You have 30 seconds.
Oh,
give me something.
It gets better. Relationships do get better. Y'all not gonna always agree. They're not gonna always understand where you're coming from. But give it time. Give it time. Y'all will eventually come together and be closer and truly listen. Because obviously I didn't listen as much as I needed to, but listen to them and get to know them. Like get to know the things that they like and things that they're interested in. But yeah, just give it time.
I love it. I love it. Thank you both so much. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for coming.
We didn't get audience questions. Too much.
Y'all so much. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the questions and we'll do a separate little thing with it. Okay. Can you think of any better way to enrich your understanding of the motherly experience than through conversations with the mom and her daughter? Experience the joy of bonding with us this month as we bring you several stories of motherhood from mothers and daughters who are sharing stories of their diverse mothering journey. Make sure you go and check out our social media platforms this month. Each day, we will be sharing a picture of a quote from a mother and a daughter of their definition of motherhood. And make sure you tune in next week as we will be joined in the studio by our executive producer, Sailor Madden, and her mom and sister to share some of their favorite mother-daughter moments. Until next week, I want to thank you for watching. I want to let you know that I love you and I'm praying for you. Go be great.